Mastercam, we have already finished with the Mastercam demo. Then you have the Fanuc turning also being done by Professor Suraj. Then the exercises have been uploaded by Tushar sir and Prajakta ma'am. Everything is there on the classrooms. Please go through them. Now, this one is the last one, which we call it as Fanuc programming mill. In Fanuc programming mill, we have many exercises. The exercises will be uploaded. So when we start with Fanuc programming, already sir has told how to mount with the help of the DOS box. So I'll not be repeating those. Instead of Fanuc L, you need to type Fanuc M with no space between Fanuc and M. Then you will get a small screen. You can press Alt Enter to enlarge the screen. So here, if you see the first line, there is an open bracket and billet. Billet is nothing but the raw material size. In Mastercam, you have clicked on the job setup. So here, billet X200, Y200, this means that the raw material size is X and Y is 200 by 200, which is a square block. Then next is the edge move. I have already explained this, why this edge move is required. In Mastercam, we had shifted the origin by minus Y and minus X. That is, I wanted to move slightly in the negative X axis and Y axis because if I start with the same axis of the workpiece as well as the raw material, then I might undercut the raw material. So I have given edge move of X minus 15, Y minus 15. So my total billet size with that will be 200 minus 15, that is 185 and Y 185. Next, we have N010. These are the line numbering. I have written it N010 and N02030. Why? Because right now these programs are very small. But if you are actually going for a real-time simulation, then you will have thousands, 5,000, 6,000 lines per program or per product to be cut. So if I have done any mistake between line number 1 and line number 2, then if I write address this N010 and then immediately N011, that is after 10, immediately if I write 11 and write the program and I have forgotten some input to be given, then I don't have choice to input as N010.5. It was line number 10, then line number 11. Then I need to erase entire thing and rewrite the entire program. But here, if I have forgotten any line between line number 10 and line number 20, still I have 9 lines to write in between. So this N010. So when you're even typing 0 and O, you will understand the difference between 0 and O. I am just typing here 0. 0 comes with a dot in at the center and O will come as a small number. So when the syntax error comes as a number missing, then probably you have typed O instead of 0. 0 comes with a small dot at the center. So this is one of the geometry which we have done. Then G90 stands for absolute programming. That is, all the measurements are taken from the origin. So if I have x1, y1, then it is from the origin from 0 to x 1 unit and from 0 to y 1 unit. Then next you have G21, which is input in metrics. Metrics input is in millimeters, G20, G21 or G70, G71. Either of the code can be used. Then you have G54, that is the tool offset to 0, and then G00. G00 stands for rapid motion of the tool. Since you're not cutting, you don't want the tool to come very slowly left and right. So you can directly type G00 so that without cutting anything, it will just come to its position. Then Z15 is the depth and M05 is the spindle stop. Right now I don't want the spindle to start. Then in N020 line I have written X50, Y0, M03. M03 is spindle start and M08. Now what each code means, if you don't know how to know the codes, you can go to, sorry, you can type F1. There you have okay, uh, okay. There you have hotkeys, you have edit keys, CNC instructions. Click on CNC instructions, click on M codes. With the help of page down, you can find all the codes. So M08 stands for coolant on. If you see, all the M data is given. M03 spindle forward, M04 spindle reverse, M05 spindle stop, M06 tool change, M08 coolant on, 9 coolant off, and M11. Then again page down, 13, 14, all these are given. Then 62, then multiples, in multiple numbers it is there till M99. So you can find these codes here. Next, it's D01 Z minus 5. So the initial cutting will start with Z as minus 5, and then first cutting X100 Y0. X100 Y0 means it will go only in the X direction. So what we'll do is, after every line you need to put a semicolon. Without that the line will not end, otherwise it will just be an open loop. So after all this, here it was Z minus 5 and here it is Z15. At the end of the program G00 Z15 is just take out the tool outside and spindle stop, coolant off, and M30 is program off. So I'll go to billet. I will press F9. F9 is simulate. I'll press F9. If you're on the laptop, you need to press function button and F9. It will say check in-text, run the program, and dry run. So what I'll do is I will run the program. So before running the program, you make sure that the cursor come back to the billet. If you're running the program when the cursor is at N90 or N80, the program will run only that much. So when I press enter, now it was very fast. Okay, when I press enter, it has simulated. I can't slow it down. There is no way that I can slow this down. Okay, anyways, so if you can see, there is a yellow color line and there is a square cutting taking place. All this is of the exercise 1. It has to cut a rectangular shape, so it has cut. So when I run it again, just look on the right hand side, there is one small vertical bar with gray color. There is a depth of cut below. When it is cutting, there is a yellow color line which goes below. I'll show it again because the simulation is very fast, so I cannot stop it. Yeah. So initially when you saw it, it is that type. So this is the first program. So what you need to do is you need to press, once you are finished with programming, I'll just show you if I do some error. So instead of N0, I will type O, go back to the billet and press F9, function F9, I'll say run program. So now it says missing number. Why missing number is my line N010 has O instead of 0. So I need to take out that. I'll delete that and again run it. So when I run that with function F9, run the program, so it does run. Understood? This is the first program. So when you click on F2 to save, you can save it, because since I have already saved it as mil1, it is going to save. If it is a new file to be saved, just type only 4 letters or 5 letters maximum. It will take maximum 6 letters. mil1.fnc. .fnc is your extension file for this. So this file you can open it with the notepad, copy that program and write the same program in your journal. So now I want to go with the second program. Now function F3 load, mil1 is over, so I will type mil2. I'll press enter. So I don't have anything here in mil2. What I'll do is again go to F3. Instead of mil2, I'll go with mil3. I'll press enter. So now mil3 has one more program. We will run this program, check the geometry. The geometry have been uploaded. I will upload the exercises along with the program. There is slight change in the program. You need to rectify it because This you need to study. I'll go with the function F9. I will go with dry run. Okay. Now this has multiple lines, curves and other things. So I will run it again, F9, run program. So if you see, my program is running for anti-clockwise direction. But, okay, when I'm running in anti-clockwise direction, I will tell you there are 2 or 3 codes where you need to study how they work. So till edge move, N01 and G90 is absolute programming, G21 is metric units, G54 is offset 0, G00 is rapid traverse, X0, Y30, Z15, M05. You know this, X30, Y30. Now next is N40, that is in the x-axis. G03 stands for circular interpolation counterclockwise, because since you are moving in the counterclockwise direction, you need to check how it works. So this explanation I will be giving in the next class. First, just write the program, finish it off, how x and y axis are actually, what is I and j, what are the imaginary axis. So I will just run this program again, just go through it. We will discuss in the next video how x and y axis and I and j value go on changing. I'll say run program. So this is how the program was run. You type this program also. I will send these files to you people. You need to type. You can open it with the notepad and you need to type and save it at the C drive in FMS folder. So last one we will see if the file is available. Mil4. Yeah, Mil4 also is available. Here we have, we'll see what we have here. So G83 stands for the drill cycle. The drilling is taking place. You can see on the right hand corner that the drill is moving round and round there. There is a depth of cut going on. It's moving slowly into the workpiece. Very slowly. It will go and come out. So if you see on the right hand side, now it has gone into the depth of cut. It will come out completely back to the position and the program gets over. So these 3 exercises you need to do, 3 or 4 exercises I'll be uploading. The geometry and the spacing will change. Otherwise, the other things are same. So these 3 exercises you need to do. I will just tell you how I and j values are and how r value works out. So coming back, okay, stop sharing. We will see, if I have the drawing, I will teach you how those things work. Okay, this is the lighter part of the turning exercises. This is next turn, this one is one more turn. This is all the trial and error methods how we do. This is the exercise 1 which you need to practice. This is a very simple exercise. This is the second exercise which I taught you in the first, this one, how to identify the coordinate axis. This one is one more third exercise. We are not going to go with this. Either we can go with this or we can go with the last part. This exercise also I will upload it on the Google Drive in your classroom. So if we take this one as the example, we have we have clockwise, and we both have clockwise direction I and j values. So what we'll do is, here we can discuss clockwise and anti-clockwise direction. So now at this point, if you can see this point, right? Not this. Okay, what we'll do is, okay, here at point B, and uh, I need to move from point B to point C. Point B is here, point C is here. So if you see the direction, it is clockwise. So I have a preparatory code as G code G02. Okay, it means circular interpolation clockwise. So I will type in the line box as G02 first, and then I will mention the next x and y point. Okay, at point C, x and y is 12 and 157. So here it will be 12 comma 157, that is x12 y 157. Next I will have two imaginary axes I and j. I stands for x imaginary axis and j stands for y imaginary axis. So if you see from this point, I am moving towards this direction. What is this? It will be positive x. Okay, from here it will be positive x. But now since it is an imaginary line, so it will be positive I, and j will be 0 because my point lies on x axis. Okay, understanding? From here, if I draw one line at this point, I need to draw a curve from this point B to point C. So what will happen? To mark this point in the space, that is the imaginary line, imaginary point, I need to have I value. I stands for imaginary x. So my x coordinate is here. Imaginary x, which is known as I, will be here. So from here, I am only moving in x direction. I am not moving y direction. So it will be I12. Okay, I am moving by 12 distance. I12 j. J means y. Now here j is 0 because it is lying on the x axis. So j is 0. I. So what will be the G code? G02. Okay, x value will be value of C, that is x12 y 157. I12 from here till here 12 distance, I12 J0 and R12. So when I click on that, it will cut this much like this. So moving C to D, D to E, E to F is simple now. Now coming to F, if I draw the coordinate axis like this, y and x, now from this point I am moving downwards. What it will be? It will be imaginary y in negative direction because I am moving downwards. So imaginary y in negative directions means j will be negative. So what will be my point is G, this is still in clockwise direction. So it will stand like G02, that is clockwise direction interpolation. G02 x, what is my point H? X 160 y 133 at this point. Now since I am moving downwards, I don't have x value, means I don't have I value. So I am moving downwards, that is negative y axis. It will be G02 x 160 y 133 j minus 12 I0 j minus 12 and R12 I0 j minus 12, because from here I am moving 12 distance downwards, that is negative y axis, imaginary axis to be called as j, my j minus 12 I0 and finish it off. So my cutting will take place till here. Then again moving from here, coming here. Now both these curves were clockwise direction. Now this is something anti-clockwise direction. So again here I will draw x and y axis. This is negative x and negative y. So from here again what I'll do, my r value is going to lie somewhere here. So I is 0, j will be minus 20, but my G02 will not hold good here because G02 will be counterclockwise, clockwise. G03 stands for counterclockwise direction. So from here, G03 the value of point J, it is x110, y80, J20, I0, J20, sorry, J minus 20, and R20. When I give that, it is going to cut in this direction. So once you come here, again it will be simple delay, end milling, and finally I have a drill of diameter 10. So it is called as a drill cycle. In the drill cycle, you just need to mention G83, X50, Y50, Z minus 5, Q3, R5, K1. So this is the code which is used. Alt enter. Now I had told you how to find the codes. If I type F1 and CNC instructions, click on G codes, page down, go to page down. Now what G83? It is called as a peck drilling. Peck drilling is for single drilling cycle. If I go up, there is one more G33. It is right now not available here. So we'll only go with peck drilling cycle. So I need to do peck drilling. So I will click peck drilling, that is G83. Here it is. Yeah, it is G83, X50, Y50, Z minus 2, Q1, R5, K1. Q1 and K1 are the coordinate axis for peck drilling. Means instead of X and Y, I and J, I am going to make Q and K. So in that, it is mentioned Q1 and K1, then M09, M05. So once I do that, the peg drilling cycle will get completed. So this is how you need to finish off with programming. You can do maximum 3 exercises. I'll upload all these exercises. You will understand how to write them. I have already uploaded the CNC programming PPT. What are the G codes and M codes and miscellaneous codes? You can just refer that and you can complete it. I'll be uploading both these files, so you can go through them. You can come up with your programming and finish it. That's it. I'll be concluding this class.